I really hated this. I hated it. Now, there were some nuggets of good, don't get me wrong, but on a whole, man, did this leave me going, oh boy. Yeah. So, this is the second part of the Heroes Join Forces 2-night event, and boy, did I not give a crap about this, because the thing is that the problem with this episode is that it's not that it's trying to do too much in one episode, it's more like it's just trying to... there's just bad writing everywhere, all across the board, and yeah, I feel bad for Cisco, because I've been there, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys out there have, been there at the end. I'm just going to jump to that part where, Cisco points out that you don't even like this dude, and she's like, nah, it's cool, maybe we'll learn to like each other. And I'm like, really? We just literally went with, the whole, he's a jerk, but I think I can change him kind of vibe. Oh my, and I don't mean that as a pun, I mean that as, they literally did the, oh, nice guy meets girl, she dumps him for, tough brooding guy because she thinks she can change him. Oh my god. I mean, I know they're soulmates and all, but really, that's the narrative they're going with, rather than, have it that Shaira is going with Carter not because she's, some long-lost lover she's trying to, break that cycle. You could have done it that she goes with Carter to learn more about her past lives, because she's got like 206 of them. 206, or 207, that's it, 207 of them, and she'd have been like, well, maybe he can train me not only to do that, but, to learn about my past lives, but also train me to be a better hero. And watching this episode, man, they don't have chemistry, either of them. The actress playing Kendra, she's really good. The actor playing Carter, the more I watched him in this episode, I was like, man, you are just hollow. I don't know if you're just not being given the right stuff, or you just, can't just deliver lines to save your life, but Jesus Christ, you are a hollow character right now. I really hope Legends of Tomorrow really fixes you. I don't mean to sound like a dick, it's just, man, I can't be the only one thinking, god damn, can you just deliver those lines a little bit better? I don't know. Maybe? Anyway. So, what else about this episode? Let me talk about something I really did like. I really like Kendra and Cisco's moment together, where he's talking to her about, don't focus on the rage, focus on the priestess, focus on the person, all the kindness, the love that you once had in your past life. And, yeah, I like the chemistry between the two. And they ruin it all at the end of this episode. Wonderful. And I just kind of thought to myself, man, I've been there. And then I also had an adding thought of, oh, don't worry, Cisco, you still got Glider, kind of. You still got you still got, Lisa Snart going for you. So maybe you can hit that golden poon if writer's willing. Anyway. But like I said earlier, you could have had it that Shaira just goes with Carter, but still is keeping like a long distance relationship with Cisco, but she goes with Carter because she wants to learn about her abilities as well as learn about her past lives, and then maybe have a relationship form from them, rather than a rush two-parter where it's just like, oh, we're destined to be together, that's why we have to be in love. And I know that's how it is in the comics, but in the and before anyone says, like I said, oh, well, it's in the comics, that's how it works. Yeah, but every time they die, they have to grow to love each other once again. They're not exactly... They love each other, but at the same time, every time they die and come back together, it's hard for them. It really is, because when they figure out, oh shit, we die every time, we die every time we get close to one another, it kind of makes them drift apart in most stories. So it's kind of hard to do that. Anyway. So, also, the time... You remember when Barry ran so fast he traveled back in time, and it was a really strenuous thing that, he had to tell, Harrison Wells in Season 1, and he created an alternate timeline that really just did not work for him, and he had to, really fight with it, and it was really strenuous. And here, it's a Deus Ex Machina. No, really, I think they even used the scene from the episode he first time traveled in the first time around. But yeah, this has felt like a Deus Ex Machina, and don't get me wrong, that's what time travel is in most cases. But man, in the first time he time traveled after his battle with Weather Wizard, and created that alternate timeline, and obviously Cisco was still alive and all that, you had it that Barry's like, oh my god, I totally screwed the timeline, and now it's driving me nuts because I know what's going to happen, and I can't tell anyone because it's going to alter the timeline further. In here, it's more like, I time traveled, and now I'm going to tell Oliver that our plan sucks. And yeah, I'm so glad that Barry's calling bullshit on Oliver, who, by the way, let's talk about Oliver real quick. I'm not so much angry with Oliver as I am with everyone around him. Not Barry. I mean by the two women. Obviously, of course, Felicity, and of course, yeah, I know, I'm not angry at Oliver. I'm surprised too. Well, actually, no, that's a lie. I'm kind of a little angry, and I'll get to that in a minute. But no, the woman he had, he had his son William, not Connor, but maybe they'll do something cleverly stupid, like it's William Connor Hawk. Just fucking call him Connor Hawk. Anyway, so she says, after he finds out that Oliver discovers that, hey, it's my biological son, and he asks, I just want to see him. I just want to talk to him because I want to be there for him. And she makes a good point of, you're running for mayor, but you have this other this lifestyle that you have is toxic to my son. And then she finally gives in, but makes the condition of, you can see him, but you can't tell anyone about him. You can't tell, those closest to you about our son, about your son, or I won't let you see him again. And I'm like, what the fuck's the point to that, other than the writing demands it? That is about the most bitch callous move ever. Seriously. And he even says, don't make me do this because I have a woman I deeply care about. And she doesn't give a reason why, other than, I won't let you see my son again. And I'm like, why? Why does it have to be a secret, other than this show says no more secrets, and then does 10 more secrets? No, really, there is no reason. There is no reason to not letting her, Oliver tell, Felicity and Diggle and everyone else about his son. Other than, I can't even think, other than the writing demands. That's really it. That is literally it. You just made a character that I've been very sympathetic to, and I was rooting for this entire time, and it does a 160 of making her a total bitch. Good job. Good fucking job, show. I'm shaking right now, and I'm not even... Because I don't get it. Why do that? Because... Is it because she thinks, a family life, having two families is difficult? Because trust me, I have friends who deal with this. They have a dad and mom who are split up, and they get along just fine with the two separate families. They're adjusted. Now, I can't say that that's the way it is for every family, but, there are cases where it's fine. It's totally fine. I mean, look at, here's another good example, and this is superhero, by the way. Look at Scott Lang. Look at Scott Lang in Ant-Man. He divorced his wife, tried to get back together, didn't work out, but he came to terms with it, and, his daughter living with another, having a stepdad who was a cop, and you see at the end of the Ant-Man film, all of them getting together and, being friends about it. That's a great scene at the end of the movie where they're all just kind of talking and laughing at the table like an ordinary family. Why the fuck is it different? Oh, and I didn't even get it till Felicity. Oh, no, I didn't. Because this is the epitome of bullshittery right here. Yeah, so Felicity discovers... Keep in mind that she discovers right off the bat that, there's he took a DNA test thanks to Barry, who didn't really have the best idea, and Felicity comes at him right after, mind you, he comes home, he's headed out, he's returning from just getting that bomb of I can't tell anyone BS, and Felicity comes to him and just bitches him out for, saying that, you couldn't trust me with this, and I can buy Oliver, I can buy Oliver his thing of, I just found out today. I just found out that I had a son today, and I wanted to tell you. I wanted to tell you so bad, but my whole world just exploded right now. You could have given me time. And she said, no, you couldn't trust me. And I was like, Felicity's dead. Felicity is dead. Oh, shit, they're going to do the time travel thing, aren't they? Fuck. I don't get it. But yeah, Vandal Savage, still badass. The first fight around is kind of fun because it was kind of fun to watch Felicity and Oliver burn to death when he did the whole spirit bomb thing with when Vandal Savage did the whole nuclear magical bomb thing with the Staff of Horus. That was a beautiful sight of seeing Felicity burn alive. Oh, that was great. But no, it gets retconned by Time Travel MacGuffin, and they bring in everybody. And I love how Barry calls bullshit on Oliver when he's like, your head's not going to be in the game, and you're going to think of the most stupidest plan ever, so fix this. So they beat Vandal Savage, and Merlin's going to bring him back, because obviously we need him to be the villain for Legends of Tomorrow. And now we have Oliver, who, after Barry tells Oliver, you should at least, tell somebody about this and be part of your son's life. And once again, Oliver swears that he won't tell Felicity, and Felicity kind of gets the sense that he's keeping, he's once again keeping secrets from her, and I'm like, just fucking tell her. She's not, that other woman's not in the, what's her name, Sadie, right? Sadie's not in the same room. You could tell her, at least tell Felicity and be like, look, you've got to pretend that you don't know, but I really need to tell you this because I trust you. Even though I hate Felicity, I could buy that they could just keep it between themselves, or at least, the small group of friends, because they're really goddamn good at keeping secrets now, aren't they? So I can't wait for this, for this bomb to explode all over again, and, show why Felicity just does not work. If you like Felicity, it's totally fine, but goddamn, did it really... This one really, the action moments are good. The romance stuff in here was just pure shit. So if you'd ask me which part did I like more in this two-parter, definitely the first part around, other than the last year's crossover between Flash and Arrow, where I liked the second part better than the first part. This time around, first part was better than the second part by a long shot. What else did I want to talk about? What else did I want to say about this? Not much else other than I am super excited for next week's Flash episode, because we're getting Captain Cold, Wither Wizard, and Mark Hamill as the Trickster together to form, the start of the Rogues. Well, I mean, yeah, we've kind of gotten the Rogues with Golden Glider and Heatwave with Captain Cold, but now it feels like, yeah, we're actually getting the Rogues together this time around. I'm wondering why we haven't seen Heatwave and Glider in this episode. Maybe they'll appear, but yeah, I just kind of got chills seeing, Mark Hamill once again as the Trickster, and it's going to be so goddamn good. Seeing whether, the, three big bads out of the Rogues. All we need now is Mirror Master, Heatwave, and, the Top, and Golden Glider. We got the whole Rogues here. But I feel like this is going to be the official starting point for the Rogues. I mean, they've been called the Rogues before, but I think this is going to be the official starting point of the Rogues being formed. Yeah. So I'm just really excited for next week's episode. But man, did this episode leave a bad taste in my mouth. But if you like the episode, that's totally fine. No ill will against you. If you really like this episode, that's totally fine. Me personally, I vehemently hated this. Well, vehemently hated is a very strong word for an episode. Strongly disliked. There's a nicer word. Strongly disliked. But that's just my personal opinion. But you guys tell me, what did you all think of this episode? Did you guys like it? Did you guys hate it? Did you guys really hate it? Anyway. So once again, hope you all enjoyed this review, and I will see you guys later.